Rocking with pettyblog.com.
It's your boy Silk D-O-double-G, and you are now watching the Petty Blog.
I can't be on the Petty Blog.
Petty and T.
Oh, Petty.
So they already know that I'm dropping the T. So let's get right into it. So hours after our first video on Karrueche and how unbothered she's been by her two exes or whatever, you know, Chris and Quavo, literally fighting over her, more or less, Karrueche got bothered. And it was by the paparazzi, and it was at the airport while she was literally minding her business and not responding to outside distraction as she usually doesn't. And they ran up on her out of nowhere to ask her about who she was trying to ignore, Chris and Quavo, and asked her how does she feel that they're feuding about her and that she's being dragged into it, and she responded that she doesn't feel. Ooh.
They're feuding about you. How do you feel?
I don't feel.
It is what it is, that she's living her life, working, paying her bills, taking time for herself, and that's all that matters. And whatever else is going on, she ain't got nothing to do with it.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
And when the paparazzi asked has she heard the music yet, you know, the diss records, she told a white lie real quick and said no.
You haven't heard it?
No.
So he asked her does she want to hear it because he could pull it up right there and then. And she was like, no, I heard it.
I've heard it.
You heard it?
Yeah.
And when he said, what do you think, you know, about it, she said she don't think. Ooh.
What do you think?
I don't think.
And so he asked her if she likes it, and she said she don't.
Like it, at least?
I don't.
And no comment. So he said, you're long gone in a rearview mirror, you know, asking is it immature of Chris and Quavo to pull her into their mess. And she said she doesn't know. She doesn't want any parts, that she just wants peace and happiness, that she just wants to thrive, and that she's happy and very single and dating herself.
Very single, very happy. I'm dating myself.
And when trying to get baited into saying something about Chris and Quavo, you know, anything, something, she said she has nothing to say to them. Nothing.
I plead the fifth.
Okay, like we said, she's unbothered. Just when you thought O was unbothered, no, Karrueche got it. And now that we're here, let's address some things. And let's start with Quavo's Over Hoes and Beats cover art, you know, of him seemingly yoking Breezy up. It's an exact replica of Chris seemingly yoking a woman up in 2018. It's an exact replica of Chris seemingly yoking a woman up in 2018. But at the time, when people were up in arms and concerned about it, you know, about him putting hands on yet another woman, Chris said no need to worry, it was just horseplay, that they were just having good fun. Okay, which leads us back to the next person who he really put hands on, allegedly. For those who may or may not know, once upon a time in 2017, the court issued a 5-year restraining order against Brown in Tran's favor. Their case stemmed from occasions when he threatened her with violence when they broke up and beat her previously. So that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So it basically expired 2 years ago, which is probably why Chris is so comfortably talking about Karrueche in public. Because maybe I'm wrong, but if you have a restraining order, you can't talk about that person, right? Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I just have to address this because some of y'all are in the Petty Blog comment section asking it. I know y'all just heard the trans part and have been asking if she's trans, and the answer is no. Karrueche's last name is Tran. Her name is Karrueche Tran. She's half Asian, half Vietnamese to be exact, and of course half black, so that explains the name, okay? But yeah, there you have it, folks.
I just don't want any parts. I just want peace.
What are y'all thinking about her response to these boys, though? We want to know. And for those who may have missed our previous video on her unbotheredness, here we go. So, baby, I just wanted to come and point out to y'all that Karrueche has literally been unbothered as her exes, Chris Brown and Quavo, fight over her. Like, literally. As they've been crashing out.
Crash out about your babe.
They've been crashing out these past few days, more like years, because Chris been had it out for Quavo over her. She said nothing. No reaction, no shade, not a word, nothing. Just truly unbothered and going about her business and her life like they don't exist. Ooh, I just know that kind of gotta hurt their soul, no? Y'all gotta know that this is not new for Karrueche. Even before the vast majority picked up on it, she been knew that Chris was salty that she started to date Quavo. Even though he moved on and had kids on her, he's still clearly thinking about her. So much so that he has literally picked on Quavo every single chance that he gets, so it's like he was waiting for it to explode.
Hey Quavo, get your bitch out here. He was scared. Quavo, I said it twice.
When he was doing that back then, it was like whatever, but now it's all starting to make sense. More on that will show soon. Wait for it. But let's show y'all what Karrueche was posting when Chris dropped his weakest link diss to Quavo and then was being name dropped by Quavo. She simultaneously posted herself at a Mariah Carey show in Vegas. So we know that she went crazy when this song came on.
I was like, Why are you so obsessed with me?
Because that's what Chris and Quavo is giving right now. I'm just saying. And Mariah has a residency there, so Karrueche has been to more than one of her shows. As you can see here, a few days before that, she tweeted, "Seeing Mariah Carey in Vegas tonight, and I'm so excited." And a tweet under that she retweeted says, "The older I get, the more I understand this." And what y'all should know is that she posted that after Chris had already dissed Quavo subliminally on Freak and about him smashing Karrueche, but a lot of y'all didn't know that they was already at war yet until Weakest Link. But yup, the older you get in real life and the foolery, child, you become more unbothered like this scene and like Karrueche is acting right now. So if you ask me who lost between Quavo and Chris, baby, Karrueche is the true winner. I'm just saying. Am I lying?
You still fucked up by Karrueche?
According to reports, the beef kicked off in 2017 when Quavo dated Brown's ex-girlfriend Karrueche Tran. This culminated in a heated argument between the two later that year following the BET Awards. The two traded shots once again in 2019 after Quavo won a basketball tournament. Oh wow.
Takes the screen from Jack, the floater. That's it.
Okay, so real quick regarding that game that, you know, that Chris Brown was mad about that Quavo had won, which happened back in 2021. At the time, Chris Brown did call Quavo out after he won. He took to his stories and wrote the following: "They knew who not to ask for on that 2-on-2 basketball. I would have cut Quavo and Jack on my soul. Guess they wanted a smoke-free zone." Ooh, not smoke-free zone. To which Quavo immediately clapped back and said, "Chris Brown ain't cooking nan. Call Next Ninja." To which Chris said, "Ain't no next. I'm on now. Set it up, little ninja." Then he said, "You know this worked different." So yeah, it was some long going tension because Chris Brown definitely ain't playing with Quavo. It looked like Quavo is more cool. Didn't know Chris Brown was dead ass.
Quavo, get your bitch ass out here. Yeah, he was scared. Quavo.
Who's scared?
Quavo, bring your out here again. I said it twice.
Second time.
But now fast forward 3 years later, I bet he knows now.
Second time.
So that was that, right? So fast forward to earlier this year, months and months ago, back in January to be exact, a clip surfaced of the two of them sitting next to each other during a fashion show in Paris. So that led fans to speculate that they were cool again. But Chris Brown quickly shut that down. He was like, under the picture saying, "Can't pick who you sit by. F all that grown-ish. Ninja not finna fumble my bag for the little ninjas." And then, on April 11, Chris Brown dropped a new song and he threw some shots at Quavo. And trust me, they were not subliminal neither. He said, "Freak bitch, she like Casamigos, not the Migos." Ooh. Yeah, Chris Brown is salty about something. And it's giving Karrueche. Okay, anyways. So, the very next day, Quavo clapped back. Okay? Yes, he did. He didn't waste no time. He dropped a song called Tender, and in it he said, "You did the bitch wrong and now the bitch gone. She posted with a thug." And then he continues on the next verse to say, "Tell me, little bro, what's your issue? It's over a thot?" You said it's bigger than that, but no, it's not.
You said it is bigger than that. It's big, but no, it's not.
It's cause I be bigger than that. It got him hot.
Fuck my ex-ho, that's cool. I don't give no fuck, little nigga.
There's no doubt in my mind that Chris loves me.
Stop though.